Hi guys, so in this video I will explain all the steps required to install Windows 11 on VirtualBox. If you want to install Windows 11 without any workarounds, you will have to install at least VirtualBox 7 or higher. VirtualBox 7 or higher includes support for TPM 1.2 and 2.0 as well as Secure Boot. This will allow the virtualization platform to meet the hardware requirement for Windows 11. If you try to install Windows 11 on a version of VirtualBox that is lower than 7, you will receive a message during the installation saying this PC cannot run Windows 11. If you would like to download VirtualBox 7 or higher, please go to the download page at virtualbox.org and find the download section. Choose your distribution is Windows or any Linux Solaris distribution and install the package. You will then need to get the Windows 11 ISO file. Go into Google, type download Windows 11. Once you're on a page, you can find the ISO section. You can select the download, scroll down, download, and then you will be taken to the product language, confirm, then you will be able to download the file. Okay, so once you have installed VirtualBox and downloaded Windows 11, you can start creating the VM. So you open VirtualBox. In VirtualBox, you just make sure that this is a correct version of it. Just click on Help and About VirtualBox. Just make sure that this is a version 7. In this case, is the version 7.04, which is actually suitable to install Windows 11. Next, we will create the VM. So you close, you click on Machine, New. Then you can name the VM Windows 11. You can keep the folder as default, or you can change it to your preferred drive or location. Then you will need to specify the Windows 11 image location. It will automatically detect the edition of Windows 11, but you can also choose which edition you will install on this VM. In this case, we will leave it as default. We will leave the type and the version of Windows default, and you can tick skip unattended installation. Then the next part is to just double check the hardware. To run Windows 11 properly, you will need at least 4 gigs of memory. They also require your VM to have at least one CPU with 2 cores, or in this case, we can select 2 CPUs. Lastly, you will need to make sure that EFI is enabled, so you'll have to tick the box, otherwise you will get an error when you try to install Windows 11. Then you can have a look at the hard disk. We will create a virtual hard disk now, and we will leave the current location as default. Windows 11 requires at least 64 gig of storage, so maybe we just set it at 64 gigs. Once everything is set, you can finish. Once the VM has been created, you can just review all the settings and make any changes if you need to. If you need to edit the configuration, just select the VM, right-click, and click on Settings. You will be able to set all the parameters. Once completed, we can start the virtual machine. So once the machine is started, you need to click on it and actually click on Enter to make sure that it's booting on the ISO image. Then you will see the Windows install window pop up. You can select settings that are specific to your country. In this case, I will just leave it as it is. Click Next, and then you can install now. If you have a key to activate Windows, you can enter it in here. If you don't have one, you can just skip I don't have a key. Then you can select the version of Windows you would like to install. In this case, I would like to install Windows 11 Pro. Click Next. You can read the license terms. Accept. Next. Then you can upgrade the install of Windows or just customize. In this case, we would like to customize. And we just would like to install it on this drive. So the drive we created previously in a VirtualBox. If you want to create multiple partition, you can actually create clicking new. In this case, we just want to install Windows on this partition, so you just click next. And it will start installing Windows by copying the files, getting the file ready, installing the features, the update, and then finishing up. So once it is completed, the VM will restart by itself and starting all the services and then launching Windows 11. Windows is getting ready. Once Windows 11 install has been completed, you will be presented with a Windows 11 setup screen. We won't be covering the Windows 11 setup in this video. Another video will be available with all the steps to configure Windows 11. So I hope you enjoyed this video about installing Windows 11 on VirtualBox. Please like and subscribe and have a good day.